Hello. In today's video, I wanted to make some technology documentary music, or at least show you how you can do it in seconds. Because it's one of those types of music where you go, well, that sounds so cool. Well, there must be something really complicated behind it. And there isn't. So, let me show you how. So the thing about the human mind that most people don't realize is that it's filled with brain cells. Brain cells that fire millions and millions of times per day, filled with thoughts and emotions that we all feel. And this is what I do every day in my scientific studies. I think about brains. Okay, so the first thing I want to establish is what type of music we're writing. That's music that's aimed for technology underscores for documentaries. However, this can double up for trailers and promos as well, just depending on you just have to change the structure of it. If it's underscores, slightly different. If it's library music, slightly different. If it's trailer music, it's all slightly different. Structure is all slightly different. However, the ideas behind it are the same. And I'm choosing technology because I love these type of documentaries where they've got, someone who's got numerous masters and PhDs talking about a subject that I find interesting. And under the music they have under there is like this wonderful balance of like curiosity, intrigue, tension. It's just great. It's not like tense crime music. It's not like minimal electronica. It's something else. It's like a computer is making the music for the tech documentary. It's great. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to just do this. This is why I've called this technology documentary music in seconds, because it's so straightforward. I'm going to keep it at 120, the BPM. I'm just going to do one instrument for this because I want you guys to kind of fully appreciate how simple this really is. And I'm going to go for hybrid keys as my instrument for this. I want to have a keyboard sound that feels a little bit wonky. It isn't necessarily straight. It doesn't have to be, but this is what I want. And I'll show you why it doesn't have to be in a minute. But so let's have a listen. I mean, that would actually work straight out of the box. Now, what is the one? Where are we? Maybe if I just skip ahead a few. Old photos, operation. Ooh. I mean, that's kind of there already. I'm going to go with this one. Okay, you're thinking, okay, right, what are you going to do with this, Rich? Pretty straightforward. I'm going to use the delay. Now, for any guitarists in the audience, hello and welcome. Fellow guitarist here too. Well, previous guitarist. Delay used to be my best friend, and I'm not saying the wedge. I mean, the Edge from U2 was a personal hero of mine, but I loved how much delay he used in his tracks. So I want it to be... It's pretty good, but what we're trying to do is kind of muddy it a little bit, so you get an idea of the sense of the track. Let's have a listen. No, I like the quarter note dotted. Okay, right. So we're setting the scene. It's a scientist with numerous accolades talking about the human mind. Okay, let's go for this. Job done. Right, I'm duplicating the track. You're gonna have to ignore that. I'm keeping it. Sorry, my mind is going a million miles an hour. I'm going to keep it as an open fifth, as like our bass. And what I'll do maybe is I'll extend these out a little bit. And we'll just have a little play around because I think this is all we're going to need for this. Do I stick in a minor key? Do I go major? Yes. I mean, it's not the most ingenious piece of music in the world, but remember, the music we're writing as composers serves a purpose. I like Sound of Time. I do want to try the original one. Oh, what's going on? It's all gone backwards. Oh no. I've lost everything. I mean, that's even better. I mean, Hybrid Keys is the winner, obviously. It's got a galloping delay to it anyway. Here we go. A natural. Let's record this. I mean, I feel like I've kind of done the job there. Let's this is going to be a really short video. So I want to talk about what I'm doing and why. Melodically, I'm sticking around a single interval, really, well, two intervals: the minor third and the root note of C, and the flat 7 chord. So we've got this, which has an element of like openness to it anyway. So I am sticking to this, and I'm thinking about this when I'm playing. Let's just quantize everything to death. Done already. I want to see what it sounds like with this instrument. You can take this further, but a lot of the underscore for technology, documentary music, and generally documentary music, it's there to supply an emotion, and the emotion here is like mild intrigue, and the instrumentation gives the indication of technology. You know, so for instance, let's say, okay, well, what happens, Rich, if you go to a major key? Let's hear it now. We'll do another. This time it will be talking about I don't know, sports cars. When I'm driving my car, I don't think too much about what I'm doing, because the brain is doing the thinking for me. It's a miracle. What did you say, Kevin? Yes, it is a miracle. So even with the major, it's not so like, there isn't an element of like question to it as much as there is when it's within a minor key. It's more of an element of awe rather than an element of So this is what you need to think about, and those subtle choices you make at the very inception of your cue make a huge difference to the mood and feeling of it. Now, if I was to extend this out of here, I probably would just consider layering everything as opposed to adding much more, because it really would depend on what was being asked of me. And in this instance, it would just be, okay, well, perhaps I layer something else on top, which would probably be something like a hang drum. Do I have it loaded up? Oh, Halo here, which is the same kind of thing. Which has got the, here we go. So again, nothing crazy, nothing like outrageous. The Halo is kind of doing the same thing. The Halo, the hang drum, these pan drums that you get, they give this element of like exotic, but not not like ethnicity exotic or geographical exotic, but like otherworldly exotic. They have like a sciencey feel to them. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't really even think about that. I mean, I would probably just create a sound bed that was perhaps like 2 minutes long of this type of track, where it goes between having this on its own and having this sort of melody element to it. And perhaps what I would do is I would take that melody and give it to another instrument. So that it gives you that feeling of development and growth. And you could even develop it further . You take this out. This is how you change the track. The mood has changed, but I haven't written anything new. I really like this. This is cool. And there you have it. Like, it's a little rough around the edges in terms of that little section here and the transitions between, but there you have this sound bed, this 1 minute 50 long sound bed for tech documentary stuff that ticks all of the boxes. It has that intrigue, it has that mystery, it has this otherworldly feel to it, and it makes you question. And it's almost like it's the sound of your brain questioning what's being watched, but not in a cynical way. My mind is open to your suggestions. Shoot. That type of thing. So the keys to this are first, instrument choice, and second, delay. Oodles of delay. You could change it around so it's not all like quarter note. Or dotted quarter note delay. But the nice thing about the dotted quarter note is there is an emphasis on the pulse. So sometimes when we use delay, it loses the sense of pulse, but in this instance, we want to keep that. And those are your takeaways for this video. You want to have a good instrument choice and make sure that when you're choosing your delay, it emphasizes the pulse so that you only really need a few instruments. Right. Go create some tech docu music. See you in the next one.